If you open a YouTube right now, everyone tells you that broiler farming in Kenya is quick money. They say, buy 100 chicks, feed them for 5 weeks, sell them at 700 bob, and buy yourself a plot. But let's be honest. How many people do you know who bought 100 chicks, spent all their savings on feed, and end up with tiny birds, heavy losses, or unsold chickens eating expensive feed every single day? In 2026, the price of commercial chicken feed in Kenya has hit record highs. A single 50 kg bag of starter or finisher feed is not cheap. If you go into broiler farming, guessing your numbers, you will lose money. In this video, we are stripping away the hype and breaking down the exact line-by-line budget you need to raise 100 broilers in Kenya right now. We will calculate the exact capital required for chicks, feed, vaccines, and brooding. The exact break-even price per bird so you don't get cheated by brokers. Your realistic profit versus a real loss scenario. And the 4 deadly mistakes that destroy your profit before week 5. Grab a pen and paper and a calculator. Let's do the real math. Let's start with the 100 bird capital breakdown. Let's assume you already have a basic room or cool space. We are calculating the working capital needed to buy the birds and grow them to market weight in 35 to 42 days. Number 1, day-old chicks, 100 birds. Price per Kenya shillings 100 or Kenya shillings 110 from certified hatcheries like Kenchick, Uzima, or Eco Chicks. Subtotal 10,500 calculated by Kenya shillings 105 per chick. Pro tip: never buy uncertified cheap chicks on the roadside for 70 bob. Bad genetics means they won't put on weight no matter how much you feed them. Number 2, brooding and hitting. Weeks 1 and 2. Chicks cannot regulate their own body temperature for the first 14 days. Charcoal, briquettes, infrared bulbs at Kenya shillings 1,800. Wood shavings, bedding 3 bags at Kenya shillings 900. Subtotal Kenya shillings 2,700. And number 3, vaccines, medication, and supplements. You need Newcastle plus Gumboro vaccines, stress multivitamins like chick formula and polyvitamins, and a liquid disinfectants. That is subtotal Kenya shillings 2,200. And number 4, transport and contingency. Fares, border transport for chicks, transporting heavy feed bags from an agrovet, and emergency extras. That is subtotal Kenya shillings 3,000. At section 3, we are going to look the feed cost crisis, which is the biggest expense. Now, let's talk about the giant in the room, feed. Feed takes up over 70% of your entire budget. If you mess up your feed calculations, your profit vanishes. To get a broiler to healthy target weight of 2.2 kg to note, one bird must eat approximately 3.8 kg to 4.0 kg of feeds on its lifetime. For 100 broilers, you will need a total of 380 kg to 400 kg of feed. That equals roughly 8 bags of 50 kg each. Now, let's talk about feed schedule for 100 broilers. Starter feed, day 1 to day 18, 2 bags at Kenya shillings 4,500. That's equivalent to 9,000. Grower feed, day 19 to day 30, 3 bags, each at Kenya shillings 4,300. That's equivalent to 12,900. And finally, finisher feed, day 31 to 40, 3 bags, each at Kenya shillings 4,200. That's equivalent to 12,600. Total feed cost, Kenya shillings 34,500. Note, feed prices vary between brands like Fugo, Sigma, or Unga feeds, but average Kenya shillings 4,200 to Kenya shillings 4,800 per 50 kg bags in 2026. Now, let me teach you terms that every serious poultry farmer must know. Feed conversion ratio, that is FCR. FCR is how many kilos of feed your bird eats to gain 1 kilo of live weight. Good FCR is equals to 1.6 to 1.7. Your birds turn feed into meat efficiently. Bad FCR, it will be 2.0 or higher. Your birds are eating your money without growing. On our section 4, let us discuss total capital required summary. Let's add everything together to find the real total capital required to run one batch of 100 broilers. Budget item plus the total cost. 100-day-old chicks, Kenya shillings 10,500. Feed of 8 bags, total Kenya shillings 34,500. Brooding and bedding, that is Kenya shillings 2,700. Vaccines and medication, Kenya shillings 2,200. Transport and miscellaneously, Kenya shillings 3,000. Total working capital required 52,900. So, on average, you need between Kenya shillings 52,000 and Kenya shillings 56,000 in liquid cash to successfully raise 100 broilers to maturity in 2026. On our section 5, we are going to discuss revenue, break-even, and profit versus loss. Now, let me show you how to calculate your revenue, break-even price, and net profit. Mortality calculation. In poultry, you must account for birds dying. A standard acceptable mortality rate is 5%. Out of 100 chicks, expect to market 95 mature birds. The break-even price formula. The break-even price formula is total production cost over the number of survival birds. Assume Kenya shillings 52,900 divided by 95 birds. You are getting 557 per bird. What does this mean? If a broker comes to your farm and offers you Kenya shillings 550 per bird, you are paying them to take your chicken. You must sell above Kenya shillings 557 just to cover the expense. So, in layman's language, that means you used 557 Kenya shillings to raise one bird from day-old chick to 40 days old.
Your smile lit up like a sunrise glow, touch so soft with a...
You sell your 95 broilers directly to local hotels, butcheries or direct consumers at an average price of 680 shillings per bird. Total revenue, 95 birds times tax of Kenya shillings 680. That's equivalent to 64,600. Total expense that we calculated earlier, it's 52,900. Net profits in 35 days to 40 days is Kenya shillings 11,700. Scenario B, the loss scenario, poor planning. Imagine you have 12% mortality, that is 88 birds left. You waste feed, and because you didn't look for buyer earlier, you get desperate at day 42 and sell to a broker at Kenya shillings 520 per bird. Total revenue will be 88 birds times 520 shillings per bird. That is equivalent to Kenya shillings 45,760. Total expense will be 52,900. Net loss will be 7,140. Notice how fast a profit turns into a loss. The difference is not bad luck, it's management. On section 6, let us talk about the 4 biggest mistakes that destroy profit. If you want to make sure you stay in scenario A, avoid these 4 mistakes. Keeping birds beyond day 42. Broilers stop adding weight efficiently after week 6. If you keep them to day 50, waiting for buyer, they will eat all your profit in finisher's feed. Look for buyers starting from week 3. Wasting feed on the litter. If your feeders are set too low, chicks scratch feeds into the floor. Throwing away 2 kg of spilled feed every day is like dropping 100 shillings in the dustbin every morning. Poor brooding temperature in week 1. Cold chicks get stunted. A stunted chick will never catch up, resulting in uneven weights at day 35. No biosecurity, visitors, and dirty footwear. Diseases like gumboro or coccidiosis can wipe out half of your flock in 48 hours. Always use a foot bath with disinfectant at the door. On our last section, which is section 7, broilers farming in Kenya is still a great, profitable business if you run it like a business, not a gamble. What market price are broilers selling for in your local area or county right now? Drop your town and the price in the comments below so we can help each other out. If this breakdown saves you money or open your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow farmer. See you in the next video.